It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From Spectrum Center in Uptown Charlotte, tonight, the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Boston Celtics. The Hornets secure the opening tip as they get the basketball first. We're underway in Charlotte. Aaron Baines tips it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Gets to the basket and scores.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Hey, watch this screen.
Walker. Bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know, you're not getting back on D.
It's good, and one.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Kyrie Irving at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 87% from the line. Free throws good for Irving as he finishes off the three-point play, adding to the Celtics lead. Walker with the basketball. Down 5. Shot clock to 4 for Charlotte. Missed a wide open look. To Irving. Kyrie Irving, 2 for 2. That's what you want. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
Irving. To Horford. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Jason Tatum has got 2 shots coming for his career 82%. And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. Now a timeout coming here from the Hornets coach as he'll talk things over here in the first quarter.
me.
1 minute remaining
I got
in
ball.
the
It's
first
all me.
quarter.
Walker. A pass taken away by the Celtics. Tatum. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Ball's controlled by Boston. To Irving. Bismack Biyombo swats it. That's out. Last touch by Bismack Biyombo. Irving. Kyrie Irving. 3 for 4. Good start.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
And hits the first free throw.
Shot, boy. Good shot. Good shot.
Able to convert on both free throws.
Ice, 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 ice.
The pass set it all up.
The assist from number 0, Jason Tatum.
Deep three at the buzzer. The first quarter's complete. The Celtics own a comfortable lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Celtics have it. Irving to Horford. Can't connect.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Pick right there.
Walker. And a pass stolen by Boston.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Irving to Horford.
Hey, shot him. Shot him.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Boston with the basketball. Irving to Horford. To Kemba Walker, trying to cash in. Give it to him. Kemba Walker, he is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Kyrie across the timeline. Under a minute to go before halftime.
Hey, box out.
That's usually one that he'll knock down. Al Horford, huge block. That's out. Last touch by Al Horford. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. To Horford. Stuffs it down with authority. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Nothing going here on that drive. To Miles Bridges. Has a chance. Not that time. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. It's good. At the buzzer. Nice finish and more cash in the bank as we've hit the break. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Celtics were the dominant team in that first half, without question. And they've been showing off some excellent shooting, and it's ultimately points that win games. So if they can keep this up, there's a great chance they can finish with a victory. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics. The Hornets may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Charlotte Hornets.
Game track. Field goals.
The Hornets just couldn't get any of their shots to go in those first two quarters. They desperately need someone to step up and catch fire for them in the second half. The shooting was certainly worst in the opening quarter.
Player of the half.
Tatum was a pickpocket in the first half, getting all kinds of steals. I'm interested to see if he can keep it up in the second half.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Irving brings the ball up court. To Horford. Takes stock of the floor. Got toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
To Walker. has a look. Can't connect. Not the best shot with the defender right there. Irving into the front court. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Down a bundle. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Short jumper off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Irving. Beyond the arc for three. Not that time. He misses. Miles Bridges. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Gets a shot up off the mark. Miles Bridges to Kemba Walker. Give it to him. Kemba Walker, 3 for 6 now.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Walker into the front court. His guys down big. To Miles Bridges. Here comes the screen. The Hornets with 4 to shoot. Walker. From the outside, no good. That ends the third quarter. The Celtics way out in front. Hornets with the first possession here in the fourth quarter. They're looking up at a big margin. And that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A+ game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
Kemba Walker trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good for the three-point play. It's back to a 14-point game. Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Surveys the floor. Here comes the screen. To Horford from long range. Can't connect. It's no good. Into the front court, it's Walker. 14-point deficit to Miles Bridges. Walker. Textbook defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Miles Bridges to Walker. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. And Boston has the rebound. to Irving. Nothing going here on that drive. Kyrie Irving lines it up for two. Kyrie Irving. He's now 4 for 6.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Here comes the screen. Walker to Miles Bridges. To Kemba Walker. Fires the three. Kemba Walker is going to get a chance at 3 here. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. Knocks down the second free throw. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Celtics have it. To Horford.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Short jumper misses. Into the front court, it's Irving. The advantage is 13 points. To Horford. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist with the block. That'll get out of bounds off of Irving. Walker with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. Miles Bridges. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Taking advantage of the turnover.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. Down by 15.
Screen, I got your help.
Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics could not have been more dominant in this game. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Charlotte Hornets really lost big in this matchup, and you could tell it was tough on them. My advice for these guys is not to watch any TV tonight because it's not going to help them forget about this game. Everyone is going to be talking about this one. The Hornets relied on these guys for their scoring here today.
Game track. Field goals.
As you can see in the highlights, this team did a great job of staying competitive and putting in the necessary effort to get the win.
Player of the game.
Tatum was constantly willing to sacrifice his body to come up with as many rebounds as he could, and it showed in these highlights.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.